Well, actually, I was a software developer by trade and have been working in technology for more than 20 years now. I started lots of other software companies. Eventually, after doing that for a long time, you learn from your experiences, the things that worked, the things that didn't work, and that's how I ended up here at Ferocia. I started Ferocia, which is a technology company as well, about 12 and a half years ago with my business partner, Grant Thomas, Tomo we call him, and really we just wanted to solve problems. And I'm not certain exactly how we ended up in banking. It just sort of stumbled onto it more than anything else. So now we essentially build the 5th largest banking platform in Australia, and we also build Australia's first new digital bank. The first thing about Up that makes it different is that it's the first of the sort of what we call the next generation digital banks to launch in Australia. So, if you look at it, I guess from a product perspective, you might say, well, what are the features that makes Up different? And the features themselves don't really differentiate a neobank or a digital bank or a challenger bank. I think that a lot of other competitors will copy those features very quickly and so on. But I think being able to sign up an account in less than 3 minutes is one of the key things. If we weren't the first, we were definitely one of the first in Australia to be able to do that. We are the first bank in Australia to deliver your upcoming spend, so we actually use the data to predict what your future spending would look like, and then that helps people with budgeting and planning and that sort of stuff. And another one would be that we did an integration with, we announced an integration with Afterpay, where we actually deliver digital receipts, and you can even see the SKU data, like the products that you actually purchased from over 20,000 companies across Australia. So that's a really great partnership there. And then the other one that we've announced really recently is TransferWise, and we're the first bank in Asia Pacific to do an integration with TransferWise in order to bring cost-efficient money movement lightning fast. The way that we say it is technology-led banking is what we do, compared to, say, bank-led technology. The technology company, that's us, driving the outcome rather than the bank itself trying to implement technology. And often I ask people a question, which is, name a bank in the world that does technology well. And actually they're few and far between. What we've seen in other industries, whether it be Airbnb, Uber, Amazon, Skype, Netflix, in various different industries, we've seen technology companies come in and disrupt them. And we like to think that that's something that we would be able to do here in Australia. So by having a technology-led approach to banking, we can deliver radical change compared to being a bank trying to deliver technology. There are some banks that do it well, of course, as in any other industry, but I think there's a lot more examples of technology companies disrupting entire industries. It goes a little bit deeper than just being technology-led. It's also about helping people live their lives. Banking is really just a utility. It's a way to power living. No one ever came to me and said, hey, could I please have some banking? Or could you please give me some banking? Banking is really the tool, and it enables whatever it is that you want to do in your life. Banking is the utility that's in the background. And people have been talking about that for many decades, but we're actually seeing that nowadays really come to fruition. And so I think the premise upon which we build everything is, how can we make people's lives easier? How do we help people to live better? And how do we help empower people to make decisions and make choices? The main point for us is disrupting the industry. So our goal, our sort of big, hairy, audacious goal, is to be the 5th largest bank in Australia. And it's not really enough of a specific goal. So in a sort of more mid-term, sort of short-term type goal for us is to be the number 1 bank for under 35s in Australia. Most digital banks in the world, they could easily just end up being just like other banks, like just the same as the incumbents. And so I think they have to have a very strong competitive differentiator, and they have to have something that's unique, something that makes dealing with them different than dealing with a regular bank. It's really important for them and anyone else to deliver something that's got value and that the customer can ascribe value to, and it needs to be more valuable than what they can already get from any other bank, any other banking service. I think people don't want to choose between a traditional incumbent bank for their saving and their spending solution and N26 or Up or Monzo or whomever. I think what they want to do is choose the digital bank because they're better and they're offering something that their existing banks don't offer.